Okay, so it's been a while now. I've done 600 miles, so not enough to do a proper driving video, but it has been requested by a number of people, so I will do a driving video. I just still need to learn the modes a bit better, because going from Sports Plus to Sport to normal, it's a very different car to drive, so I need to do a bit more learning there. So just a bit of an update. I can't remember if I put this on before, but I did get a little pouch for the key. I just like stuff like that personally. I also put new sides on it, so it's all black now. About 15 quid from eBay. So if I get that one out and then put it next to the original one for comparison, as always we'll have people driving past, I can't help that. So that's the one I've done, and that's the original. So it's all gloss, but I didn't think I would like the look, but I do quite like it. The original one was all battered up. In fact, it was this case. You can't see it there, but it's taken quite a few knocks. So I've got this for my spare key, taken the really good quality sides of this, put them away for the next owner, and I'm just going to keep using these eBay style plastic bits for the edges. Really easy to do, and I think it looks quite nice. So yeah, like I say, I'll do a proper video, and I will do a driving video at some stage, I promise. But I just need to learn the car a little bit better. So things I've noticed so far: passenger seat belt, flipping heck, it just bounces around in the back and keeps bumping into the seat. So you open this up, what you can see there, it just constantly, when you're driving, it's like, it's flipping annoying. A lot of people say they use this keeper and then push it all the way to the top, but that means every time my daughter gets out, it's in the wrong position, or my wife gets out. So all I've done is get some, I already had some actually, some single-sided kind of felt, and put it on the edge. And I put it on both that side there and that side there, so when it moves around, you can't hear it. Whereas before, it was like that. So that's made a big difference, and that used to wind me up a treat. The car, since I last updated, has had a paint correction, and it has also had a ceramic coating. I did say I've had a paint protection film on my Lotus previously, and it looked very ropey very quickly, and it's very expensive. There's no getting around that fact. I think it's about £1,500 to £1,800 for a front end, and that would be the bonnet, the front bumper, the front arches, the wing mirrors, the A-pillars, and that's kind of it. So a full front end. And I think I mentioned before, this car needs a respray on the front bumper anyway. So the previous owner either bumped someone or someone bumped them. You can see there's some creasing there. So for the moment, the whole car has been ceramic coated with apparently a 5-year product. Whether it will last 5 years or not, time will tell. I don't think it will, but it's an interesting experiment for me, instead of putting PPF on. Obviously I know the difference. You know, I have done my research before people jump in. I understand PPF is very protective. Like I said, I had it on my Evora, and I understand ceramic coatings are trivial in terms of protection in comparison. It's really more just to put a nice coating over the car and make it easier to clean, and boy does it make it easier to clean. I've never seen water behave the way it does the first time I cleaned it after having it ceramic coated. So yes, I'm very aware of the difference between the two products before people jump in. I did do my research before I decided which direction to go in, and it just looks awesome. It looks fantastic. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I am going to get the front bumper resprayed at the end of this year, and then get it re-ceramic coated with a 3-year product by the same chap who did this. So yeah, I'd also recommend looking around, by the way. I used a guy called Hypergloss in Essex. Really good value. Single stage paint correction, because the paint was already in really good condition. In some areas it needed a lot more. Like a complete chump, when I was getting the car out of the garage, I accidentally pressed the button on the key fob and it moved the garage door down, and it hit here. Luckily it didn't go through the paint, it was just lacquer, and it had scratches all down here, so we had to spend a lot more time on these areas. But yeah, I think it was about 650 quid or something. Other people were looking to charge closer to £1,000, some over £1,000 for a similar kind of treatment. So do your research, look for people who have been recommended, and go from there. I still think it's crazy how soft the headrests are. So our other car's just a Ford Focus, right? It's 2015 Ford Focus, and you put your head back on it and it's like, yeah, right. But you put your head back on this bad boy on a long journey, and I've been to like an hour and a half or so in the car at a time, and it's just so relaxing and so squishy. It's a really trivial thing, that makes a surprising difference. It's really quite a nice thing to put your head on and just rest it on. Also, I have had the rear lights and the, I want to say fog light, because I think that's the brake light up there, smoked. It is a paint protection film on those, not a thin kind of tinting film. I did go and have it, look at it before I chose the darkness that I wanted. There were only two options. The other one was really, really light. Again, for those in the comments, it's already had an MOT and it passed. And it wasn't a friendly MOT centre, it was just my local garage who do MOTs. I'll put a picture in to show before and after. It was super red before this and it just stood out way too much. I did look at the GTS options, but it's about 800 quid. It's a really easy DIY job yourself, but it's about £800. So for £80 to get that done to see if I like it, and I really do, it blends in with the car really nicely. I'm really pleased I gave that a shot. The worst case scenario was that I would do it, hate it, peel it off, and then have to go and buy the lights anyway. But it just means the red is far, far reduced, and it really does just blend in with the car that much better. So super pleased with that. And actually, while I was there, the chap who did it did say, do you want to do that as well, because otherwise it'd be very white and it would stand out. So kudos to him for that as well. Right, this is going to be very random. One thing that irks me a bit is when you get in the car and you start it and you connect to your phone, it just automatically plays the music from your phone into the car, just by default. And I've tried to find an option in my phone and in the car, because it does have Bluetooth connectivity, stop that from happening with no joy. So you have to get in, you have to speak to, I'm not going to say it because it will do it, whatever your phone is of choice, and say to stop the music. It's a trivial thing, but it's annoying. It would be nice just to get in the car, have it connect and not play music. The reason I have it connected 99% of the time is to hear the directions when I'm using the sat nav. So yeah, pretty annoying. Doesn't seem to be a way around that at the moment. I have taken my daughter out on it. She's getting quite excited now. Now the weather's picking up and we're starting to use it a bit more. I took it out and did my first couple of launch controls, and my word. So people say under ideal conditions, perfect conditions, 0 to 60 in 4 seconds, whatever it is. I think it's 4 flat, the quickest time recorded. But it's so much fun, way more fun than I thought. I've never had a car with launch control before, and I took my daughter out in it, and we did a couple of launch controls with her, and she was just grinning from ear to ear. And then we put it in Sports Plus mode, wound down the windows, drove around, pops and bangs, crazy exhaust, keeps the revs really high. And she's starting to really like it, which is great for me. So I did test the water and say to her, would you like to come out on a drive with just me on some roads? We'll grab some breakfast or lunch at the end or something, but just you and me go for a drive. And she was like, yeah. So that was really, really nice that she's getting excited. And after that, she said it's the best car I've ever had. So that was cool. As I say, I'm trying to get used to the driving modes, but I just haven't done enough driving in it yet to do it. Sports Plus is crazy. The revs just stay super high at the rev range. You've got amazing amounts of pops and bangs. You've got instant throttle response, obviously, because it's a naturally aspirated engine anyway. And then Sport just kind of calms it down a bit, and Normal is very docile. But you do need to drive a reasonable amount, I think, in Sports and Sports Plus to really understand the levels of grip, how the car behaves, the rev range, throttle response, all that type of stuff. So as I say, I will do some driving videos that have been requested. I just need to spend some more time with the car. One of the other things I've done is these are known for having the exhaust bolts, of which I think is 18, corrode. So they're basically, Porsche built the car and went, wicked, we forgot the exhaust bolts. Anyone got any cheddar cheese around? Carve those into some bolts, put them in, cheese bolts, job done. They're known for rusting. A number of YouTubers have commented on this. One actually had his exhaust bolt break when he was on a road trip, and that was his road trip done and dusted. So I got the bolts checked when it was MOT time. God, it does look good. And it looked like some of them have been changed, because they said some of them are almost pristine and some of them are showing reasonable signs of rust. So you can get I'll put a link in, you can get some titanium bolts. They're 180 quid. I've got no point of reference as to whether that's expensive or not. People have told me that is quite expensive, but they were the only ones recommended, the only ones I could find. So I spent 180 quid getting some titanium bolts, and I'm going to get those fitted. I think it's about 3 weeks time the car's booked in. Some preventative maintenance I think is really important to do. It's peace of mind. You know the exhaust isn't just going to fall off at some point. Something you shouldn't have to do, but such is life. These are the kind of things you work out. And I knew that before I bought the car, so it is what it is. As always, just do your research and know what you're in for. What else? Usability over winter. Someone asked about usability over winter. I've had no problems with it. I've been using it from December until now. Not in snow, obviously. It's got Pilot Sport 4s, whatever they're called, Michelin Pilot Sport 4s on, and it's rear-wheel drive. So no, I'm obviously not going to use it in snow. If you're in Scotland or anywhere where you get lots of snow, you're going to need proper winter tyres on it. But in terms of comfort, heated seats, all that type of stuff, no issues. I think I mentioned it before, the usability of the boot space and the cubby holes and all that type of thing is just absolutely incredible. Let's just sit inside, or go inside so you can get some different views as opposed to the same one. So practicality, usability, from that point of view, it's absolutely ridiculous. There's just way more storage than the car this size has a right to have. And like I say, through winter, yeah, it'll be greasy, but just take it easy, leave it in normal mode. There's plenty of traction control on the car. It knows when to cut in and to stop you from spitting yourself off the road. So from usability over winter, no issues. The only other thing I would say is if you want to drive properly over winter, it does take 15-20 minutes, just generally it seems, to get the oil up to around 80 degrees, at which point the sports exhaust really kicks in, and you can really open the car up properly. So it takes a good 15-20 minutes before you can actually drive the car properly, which is a bit frustrating at times, but such is life. Ride height has been absolutely fine. I was a bit concerned about that. I know GT4s have problems bottoming out the front splitter. So we've got car parts called NCP. That's the company who owns them in the UK, and they're notorious for being very, very steep. I've been in one of those now and I've not grounded out. And the other one I go in, I see lots of Porsches and Ferraris in there. They might have nose lift, but quite a few Porsches in there, no problems. GT4 on the other hand, you'd be scraping that every single place you go in those car parks. So the ride height's really good as well, which is one thing that maybe I was a bit conscious of. No automatic wipers on mine. I'm going to try and get them programmed. Apparently you can if you have automatic lights. That's a bit frustrating from a usability point of view. I would like to get that done as well. Oh, the only other thing I noticed recently is if you have automatic lights, I'm not going to be able to show you because the car's not on, and you have, so this feature here, if you turn that to off, when you start the car, the follow you home lights don't come on, so the lights at the front of the car, which is bizarre to me because you don't always want your lights on, your day running lights. I know people do for safety reasons, but yeah, so unless that's in auto, you don't get the follow your home lights, I think it's called. What I do like is when you turn this on, Cayman S, it's not going to do it because it's already set. But the Cayman S comes on there and that resets itself to 00, and then it does its little thing to find the right time, which is a really small thing, but it's pretty cool. And also you get Cayman S down there. So yeah, really cool. I think for future videos, I will do a driving video. I just need to say, like I say, I need to find some more time to do it. Any questions, obviously let me know. I've had no issues with the build of it, but then you can see I've only done 600 odd miles. It feels solid. You really do understand when you buy these why people buy them, why it's the obvious choice. And I've never been particularly taken with a particular brand, whether that be watches for those who watch the channel or cars. I've always bought the right car for the right time, but I can see myself sticking with Porsche for some time to come. I'm really taken with it. I'm really taken with the quality. I'm really taken with the looks. I'm really taken just with the whole package that it offers. It's just an absolutely incredible thing, and I'm really looking forward to doing some more drives. I do have a drive with my dad and some friends planned later this year, so I might try and do some filming then as well. But yeah, in the meantime, any questions, just let me know. Cheers.